Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading for the month of September. This is going to be a general tarot message for those who strongly resonate with the sign of Leo. Let's see, please come into the reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something and better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate at first, feel free to push them aside. You may wish to revisit them at a later time. Never take action on anything that feels strange or foreign. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. Whoops. All right. The cards are ready. They're popping. So for Leo, let's do this. Leo, Leo, Leo. Okay. Let's see, bottom of your deck is the Star. Beautiful, wishes coming true. Strong Aquarian energy. So a strong card of friendships and group dynamics, feeling part of the community. Also, sometimes feeling once removed though too. So we're going to read into that a little bit more. Something about, anyway, I'm going to get back to that. But all right, let's see. So planning some important event or party or graduation or something exciting. Let's see. In fact, there's going to be a full moon in Aries. Let's see. What date is it? I think it's around the 14th, I want to say. No, that's the new moon. Just kidding. September 29th, I think is the new moon. Which might be, I'm sorry, the full moon. Mercury is in retrograde. Holy Lord. There could be some culmination, especially to do with education. In which you're moving on to a new chapter of your life, which is very exciting. Or if that's not for you personally, that could be someone in your life. It could be a child, something to do with wrapping up a course or a class or something educational. It doesn't have to be, but with the Four of Wands coming in as your first card, that's pretty significant. So you could be celebrating an anniversary. You could be planning a wedding. In fact, one of my good friends is a Leo, and she's getting married very soon. So that might resonate for some of my other Leos out there. Let's see. Yeah, and like you're the superstar. You may have to make a big speech or some sort of big announcement. There's something is falling away that no longer serves you. You're like cutting out the excess, and it has to do with valuing your authenticity even more. But it's like you're showing a side of yourself to people that maybe you were self-conscious of, or just it didn't really feel the most comfortable at the time, because it does put you in a position of being vulnerable, or I don't want to say being attacked by others, but it's something you didn't feel comfortable expressing previously. Some of you may be dating a new person, and this person may be very different or unique in some way. They may be culturally different, politically, religiously, however you want to phrase it. There could be something where maybe introducing to the crowd, to the family, may sort of put you at odds with a few family members, but good for you for doing it anyway and honoring who you are and who you want to build a life with. Of course, that won't be for all of you. For some of you, it has to do with taking on a new job. And that might be rather shocking to some people, especially if this is a big career change for you. But and pardon my French, but I'm sort of getting kind of like cutting the bullshit. You may have been in a job where it just, especially in pandemic life, it just became one hassle after the next. And so there might be some sort of huge liberation. I really like that liberation. And speaking your mind and speaking your truth and maybe going in a different path. If you aren't leaving a job or something like that, it could just be that you're finally sticking up for your rights. There could be protesting or marching or what is that word when you want to make sure everybody's getting equal pay? You go and protest. There's a good word for that I can't think of, but I think you know what I mean. You're unionizing, something like that. Unionizing, and people are kind of like angry, but angry because they want justice. And that might be where that Aquarian energy comes in. It's like, we want equality for everyone involved, not just, some people or special privileges for some. So let's see. You have two very strong cards of Cancerian energy coming into sort of home energy. So you could be spending a lot of time with a maternal figure or a Cancerian friend. Some of you I actually see getting some sort of psychic reading or tarot reading or palm reading, or venturing off into something that is a little bit more esoteric, or and I'm not just saying that to promote my my channel, but seriously, book a personal reading. No, but I see you kind of venturing off into something in more spiritual, seeking some advice or guidance from I'll say a spiritual mentor, but it might actually be someone in your own family. Especially if you shied away from that previously, it could be that you have, an aunt, a cousin, a grandmother, or, someone who's kind of interested in readings of any kind, psychic readings or tarot readings or chakra readings or however you want to say it. Also, some of you already got some sort of reading, and it could have been quite a while ago, and you were told that you were going to quote unquote go to war or go to battle, and it didn't make sense at the time, but now you're starting to see how that's coming into play. And for a lot of you, it has to do with fighting for equal pay or something within your community, or again, backing and supporting your people for something where there's unequal pay or unequal, I don't know what else it would be, but people are not being treated fairly among a group. You're going to battle for that, and some of you are starting to connect the dots and be like, oh, I see what that is now. For some of you, it may even have to do with your children. It's like you're demanding better treatment, better facilities, better supplies. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but let's see. Yeah, because the people in charge of money in this matter don't really seem to know what is what. They don't know left from right. They don't know up from down. They don't know their ass from their elbow, so to say. It's like the people in charge of the funding are not allocating it well. And you have a lot of really good ideas. So in some ways, you're definitely being asked to step up and become some sort of leader. I see you possibly giving some sort of presentation or project or demonstration of what you'd like to do and what you'd like to rebuild. Definitely presentations at work. And that may or may not be related to the storyline that I've given you so far. But yeah, there's some big presentation. For others of you, if you're applying to a new job and you sort of relate to that whole this is a brand new me and launching a new business or whatever, it's almost like the marketing strategy is coming into focus and how you're going to present yourself, how you're going to manage your social media or something like that. The idea of the visual presentation is very, very important right now. So in terms of, I'm going to wrap this story up just because I know it's not for everybody, but the whole going to war on fairness, equality, I don't know if it's money related or school related or something like that. Let's see. The kids end up happy. So some of you may be looking for a new daycare or finding a better school system. I just heard that the kids end up very happy. And yeah, I don't think everything has been determined yet because this is so in flux, especially with the Two of Pentacles here. But I do think that you're being asked to demonstrate and show the people. It's almost like if you build it, they will come. So whether you're going rogue or you're getting the gang together to, bring justice to the situation, that is what you are meant to do. Don't shy away from this because it's, you have fantastic leadership qualities, and it feels like you're being called upon by the universe to sort of step into this role as mentor, as leader. As a teacher, as a demonstrator, something very significant. I like that very much. So then let's look at, some of you are getting married for sure. The Four of Wands and the Hierophant, or planning again some sort of party that may celebrate a big relationship, an anniversary. It could be something like a birthday party. I don't know if that's as significant, but sure, it could be, right? Happy belated birthday, by the way, to my late July Leos. Well, to all my Leos, really. Let's see, in early August. Let's see. So, in terms of long-term relationships, somebody you're already with, I see there being an announcement of commitment. Again, it might ruffle some feathers. I don't know if you're in a family that dislikes your significant other, or it could just be that there's drama surrounding this person. Maybe, I don't know why I'm getting this, but it's like there could be a lot of drama on their side that you're kind of brought into. But again, it's like you go in wielding your axe. It's like you're not going to take any BS from anybody because you love this person. So why, you're not going to have to sacrifice the relationship just because, it comes with a little baggage. And I don't even know if it's their baggage. It's just like there's drama in, I think, family, especially sibling dynamics. Definitely sibling dynamics. Aunts, uncles, things of that nature. So for those who are not in a long-term relationship and looking to date, Two of Pentacles, like I see maybe like options. You may have met someone around the time of your birthday, but they are not in the picture currently. So I don't know if it was like a one-off or possibly that they had to travel. I mean, that it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but yeah, I feel like there's maybe a little bit of back and forth with someone, but you're kind of getting sick of waiting. It's like, are we going to do this or not? Like, are we going to lock it down? So I think that both, the thing is, I think you both have options, even if you don't think you do. It's almost like, I don't think you look at this person that you dated once or twice and you're like, oh my God, I'm all in. I mean, maybe some of you are, but I also think that I don't know, Leo, I'm sort of getting the impression that you're kind of keeping your options open too, because in case that special someone did reach out, you'd be interested in that one too. It's almost like you have a back pocket person. Do you know what I mean? And I don't necessarily mean like just, your booty call person. It could be like, the one that got away. And so you're still kind of like holding out for that, but then you're also dating. I sort of get that storyline a little bit. Yeah, okay. So your advice is, if you're serious about dating, then energetically you need to cut ties with the one that you're still kind of holding on to. If you don't relate to that message, then that's the message for your person. They have some options, and so if you're looking for anything serious, you're not going to get it if this person is still kind of juggling. And so obviously there's nothing you can do about that if that's your person, but let's see. You might be dealing with an Aquarius, possibly, or a Libra. Some of you are, you may end up, joining bank accounts makes sense if you're getting married. What I'm going about saying here is like the idea of joining bank accounts with your person. I definitely wouldn't recommend that if you're just dating. I don't even know if you can do that. But anyway, some of you may be, I'm trying to find the words here. Like I can feel it, but it's the idea of merging with your partner in terms of some sort of business endeavor. You may end up working too with someone that you're dating, which again, rarely does that go well, but I'm not going to say that until I actually look into it. But the idea of the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords in opposition, I actually do like this because I think it's the idea of bringing the team together. There's like good leadership, or there's good partnership here that could work in some sort of financial aspect. However, yeah, money seems to be going to for some of you to children right now, and it's very expensive. It feels like you're just constantly I'm in the expression, it's like it feels like you're flushing money down the toilet, like you're giving to this never-ending cause that it doesn't seem to be building to anything or helping you. So that's definitely a challenge this month, is where money is being allocated. Some of you may end up leaving your job to join the job where your significant other works. Or again, possibly a romantic counterpart. It could be that you guys have been dating for a bit and, maybe you work in the same field or, a similar companies, and your person's like, hey, we're hiring, you should come do this. Let me look into that because I don't know how I feel about that. Initially, my gut reaction is to be like, oh, careful, but I don't want to say that unless it's in the cards. So let's see. Yeah, there does seem to be some sort of open position with someone who there's already a connection there. So it could be a friendship, but I don't know, for a lot of you it seems like it might be more romantic. Um yeah, there's a little bit of an unknown there. So I think the universe is wanting me to relay. You have to ask yourself if this is an opportunity to work alongside someone who you have a crush on or who you're dating or something of that sort. If this person were to, and I'm just saying this in theory, I don't see this in the cards, but if this person were to break up with you tomorrow, would you regret moving your life around to take that job? That's a very serious question you need to ask yourself. And it has nothing to do with like negative thinking or being pessimistic or, manifest like it already exists and, think positive. Like, yes, of course, but there's only so much you can do when you're in a relationship. It's 50-50. You put in, what you have, and this person does that themselves. So it's like, if something were to go, or I don't know, if things were to get awkward or the vibes just weren't right or romantic feelings changed, and that sometimes happens, would that change your decision? Would you be hurt? Would you feel wounded? Would you feel self-conscious? Or would you be able to maintain a strong friendship with this person despite that? That's just a question the universe is sort of wanting you to contemplate a bit here. All right. So then one of your friends seems to be wounded or healing and I don't think this is a surprise, going through a very difficult time. I'm hearing like nervous system. So it could be something to do with like something more mental, like it could be someone who's suffering from anxiety or depression. I'm trying to get more on that. And it might be another Leo, it might be a Gemini, it might be an Aquarius. So why are we being asked to, let's see. But there's also an opportunity for healing though, so it's not all bad. Yeah, their body seems to be healing. I'm not getting a lot on it, but yeah, it's like one of your friends is wounded and might need, I know this sounds cheesy, but they might need like a pep talk from you. I get the idea that they're kind of a private person and don't love to put themselves on display and ask for help. And the thing is, I don't necessarily think they're going to ask you for help. I think you're being asked to use your intuition and come in and be like, hey, like, let's hang out for the day. Like, whatever they're able to do, you might be inviting them to this party or this celebration, or, maybe you're celebrating some success and you decide to bring them into it and be like, hey, I'm celebrating this, why don't you come out to dinner with me? Or, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. And it's going to take a lot to kind of pull them out of their shell, but I think it would be very good for them. And Leo, you're great at getting people together, right? Getting the crowds together. You got all the charisma in the world. So it makes sense that you're sort of being asked to initiate sort of the healing of this person. I don't necessarily think the friendship is damaged for most of you. It's not. For most of you, I don't think it's like you're fighting with a friend. I suppose it's possible for some of you, but for most of you, it feels more like body related with the pentacles involved here. Okay. Some of for some of you, your friend may have lost a significant other or a pet. They may be grieving the loss of something. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Again, this idea of sort of like depression or almost like hermit mode, like not wanting to come out because they just don't feel like themselves. So be extra kind to this person, include them, reach out to them. And I'm sorry, I know you guys get strapped with that a lot because you are the sun, right? Everything revolves around the sun. So it's like you're constantly being called to like get the planets in order, right? It's like, come to me. And I mean that in a good way, like that leadership skills that Leos possess. You guys are frequently called to sort of get the gang together. And I think you're probably exhausted from doing that. But I think it would be tremendously appreciated. So I'm just putting that out there. Let's see. Yeah, there's definitely, it's like I'm getting the storyline that someone has sort of lost faith. They've been through some sort of tragedy or illness or lost someone. And to be fair, guys, like I don't do fear-based readings, so I'm hoping you're not watching this going, oh my God, who is it? What's going to happen? Like, I think it already has happened. If this is your storyline, you know who or what it is. If not, don't worry about it, right? I don't do fear-based readings. That's not what I believe in as a tarot reader. However, if the storyline makes sense and yeah, you know someone who's going through it, again, being asked to reach out and help restore their faith in something. I know this is going to seem a little bit rushed, but for some of you, there might be some key or the secret to success here might be if they've recently lost a pet, suggesting the idea of like maybe finding a new one or adopting a new one. And obviously, there's a timeline of grieving and healing, right? We can't rush this person. But for some of them, it's like that would be the key, or that would be very helpful, is having that sort of companionship in an animal again. For some of you, I'm getting the idea of healing animals as well too, particularly an Aquarius or a Gemini or a Leo. Healing animals, or I don't know if it's Reiki or something like that. I don't know if that's something you're interested in, Leo, or you know someone who is. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why this message is coming through. Like, why are we being told to... So animal healing and... Okay, starting a business that for I don't know, someone involves healing animals. It may conflict with... again, like naysayers or family or needing to put money into I don't know, children's education. Something about it's the timing isn't quite right yet. If that makes sense to anyone. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but I'm just getting there's kind of drama or chaos that could potentially surround that situation. So if that's something you're interested in, Leo, I would hold off a little bit longer. The star card says your dreams are going to come true. So I'm not saying no, never. But yeah, there's something that hasn't like worked itself out yet. Because there's still a few things that need to be sorted out. And I think for some of you, again, if this is your idea or a friend's idea or whatever it is, there's too many ideas. It's like we have to whittle it down and actually get to like the meat and potatoes of what this business is or what we're going to do or something about that. It's still just kind of like an idea. It's like throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what sticks. We need to know like with absolute certainty like what the intentions are, what the business name is, where it's going to be located, what the slogan's going to be, like all the things. Right now it's just a lot of like kind of ideas, but it's just a dream right now. It's not being manifested in terms of like coming into reality in the 3D. All right, I know that was a random side story for a lot of you. Okay, so for some of you, there's going to be a fun adventure that is coming in, but you don't necessarily see it yet. You have a lot of Aquarian energy in your reading, Leo, so I don't know if that makes sense to any of you. Some of you may have a surprise person coming in. It could be an Aquarius. They seem very fun, very lighthearted. Again, the idea of animals is very important here. Cats and dogs, but it could be literally any animal. Yes, someone who wants to take like a leap of faith with you. So it could be some new romantic counterpart, or it could be someone that you already know. Someone who wants to help you celebrate your victories and celebrate your success. Or someone who might be part of it too. If you're celebrating something as a group, they might be part of that group or part of that community. You did have a lot of like community themes at the beginning of this reading. So someone who's already in your network of people, Leo, I keep wanting to call you Aquarius. I'm sorry if I have, but it's because you have so much Aquarian energy. Yeah, there could be a potential suitor or date that comes in. And they're vibing high. They seem really good. You sort of might be caught between a rock and a hard place because, again, there's a little bit of what feels like responsibility to help restore a friend who's going through a lot. It's like you might be really excited to go make a date with this person, but it falls on the same night that you promised, your grieving friend that you were going to do a movie night. You can do both. I would say, you need to do what's in your heart, but loyalty is a big word for you, right? So you expect loyalty from your friends and vice versa. So I would go where you're needed most because the right person will wait for you, right? The right person can reschedule the date. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Go where it's most important. But yeah, I kind of like this energy. The color blue, they may have blue eyes or something specific about blue. Maybe they're a water sign. I'm not sure what that is. A blue earring or a blue, I don't know, blue shoes. Something about their physical appearance. The color blue is very important. And something about that may have to do with, what chakra is that? The throat chakra, maybe? Is that right? Maybe they're a singer. Maybe they're a Taurus. Maybe they're, I don't know. Maybe they just have, I'm hearing raspy voice. Maybe they have a raspy voice, or there's something specific about their voice and how they speak to you. I don't know. All right, let's see. In terms of money, you don't have a lot of pentacle cards here. So I think you're sowing seeds for something, but they haven't popped yet, if that makes sense. Or they're starting to slowly, very slowly. Some of you need to save up money for travel expenses because there's a journey in the future, but it hasn't quite arrived yet. You also need to cut out excess spending on things that just aren't working for you anymore or aren't contributing to your happiness. Or even if they are contributing to your happiness, it's like, are they necessary? Some of you are really looking at like fine-tuning your expenditures. Like you're looking at receipts and I'm seeing you making like, graphs and what do you call it? Like Excel spreadsheets and like really kind of getting it down to bare minimum in terms of what you're spending. And it could be because you're saving for something big. Maybe you're saving for a honeymoon, or you're saving for a big travel trip with the family, or whatever it is. Or maybe you're saving because you're going to college, what have you. But yeah, there's a need to like go through it with like a fine-tooth comb. I hate that expression, but yeah, really whittle it down and understand where your money's going to, because there's avenues for which you can save. Some of you may be looking to move because it's like your rent is ridiculously high, or your mortgage payments, or something to do with the cost of a place or a residence. Some of you may have multiple homes or multiple like rentals. You may be selling some of them, or again, moving to something that is more budget friendly or cost efficient. Some of you are just finding little ways to cut costs. Let's see. I see you spending a lot of money on dating. So again, if you're trying to save money, just be cautious of that. The thing is, you seem happy to do it though. So like, I kind of get it. It's like you're so excited to be going on the dates that you're just like, yeah, sure, let's do this. Let's go there. Let's do whatever. But yeah, just I would watch money going to that. Let's see. I think there's going to be a trip that you really enjoy in the future, but you should save for it now, because that way you won't have to worry about it later. All right, I think that's what I got for you, Leo. Let's do an oracle or a crystal card for those who are into crystals. What energy should Leo be looking to work with this month in terms of crystals? Ooh, this one's kind of popping out. Herkimer Diamond, Harmony and Spirit. Let's see. The Herkimer Diamond is associated with the sun and those ruled by water. The Herkimer Diamond is an amplifying stone known for attracting and heightening spiritual energy. It removes emotional or spiritual blockages and engenders harmony. I've never heard that word. Engenders harmony. Like clear quartz, it boosts the properties of other crystals. The diamond ring. I'm telling you, marriage for some of you. And then let's do an oracle card. Do one of these. Oracle of Mystical Moments. I love this deck. For Leo. Anything else Leo needs to hear in their message for the month of September? Ooh, you got two. The House of Flowers. Oh, and there's two here, so I'm going to turn them over because I can't do three. We'll do 36. Is that number significant to anyone out there? 36. Let's see. House of Flowers. Power of nature, joy of life, diversity, and beauty. Out of the small white house on the top of the hill burst flowers, full of life and rich in color. It is like an explosion. The two ladies walking by look tiny in comparison to the giant falling leaves. They enjoy the enormity of nature and the power of its diversity. But even a single bloom in a vase can transform a space, each petal a world unto itself and a wonder of creation. This card signals love for life in the moment of full energy, beauty, and joy. All right, Leos, that's what I got for you for the month of September. Please remember to like the video, subscribe, book a personal reading with me if you like, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.